to know.
You don't want to know.
Part of my mind was saying no.
This isn't happening to us.
It's gone to my lungs.
He said.
Don't tell me that.
He did the big C with his fingers in the air.
Don't tell me that.
There was no going back.
I don't want to know.
I gave up my job.
The tablets.
But that was fine by me.
So many tablets.
So much caring. So physical.
Just like a baby, but not mentally.
He needed his dignity.
His independence.
The tablets.
I didn't think I could cope.
But then you do. You do.
She said to me, John, I'm not frightened to die. She wasn't frightened to die. I said, well, don't say that. I said, you're not going down that line yet, are we? You know, but she said, no, I'm not frightened to die, she said, yeah.
Not accepting the fact that they're going to die. In fact, I never did right till the very end. And I think that was just sheer hoping that he wasn't going to die.
I just felt sad all the time, really. Just really sad.
On the beginning, I didn't allow myself too much to think about it. I kept so busy.
And really, really angry, and it wasn't really Brian, it was angry at the illness.
I found a lot of anger in him. He was the angry one, yeah.
If you love someone more...
Does it make caring easier?
Some are born carers. Others have to work at it.
It's good to hear both sides.
It makes a difference if you love him.
It made a difference that I loved her.
I thought his going was a thing I craved for. But when he'd gone, the guilt you feel. I've been on tranquilisers ever since.
2 years gone, but I still miss him. You don't know what to do.
You offer more tablets.
I feel rotten.
You offer more tablets.
I feel rotten. I feel rotten.
He wouldn't talk about it.
There's nothing to talk about.
I'd have given anything if he had told me how he was feeling.
There's nothing to talk about.
I wanted to hear him say it,
There's nothing to talk about.
but he wouldn't.
With Reg, we never discussed it. Not death.
You know, to a certain degree you talked about what was going on and how you were feeling, but there was always a limit to it because you didn't want to drag each other down too much.
That I found difficult because he wouldn't speak about it.
But when you come away and you speak to somebody who's that bit removed emotionally from you,
But I had friends that I could speak to.
I found that I could really just say everything.
But we never really discussed him going.
If I could have opened him up and got him to speak about the illness, but he just wouldn't.
You know, I sometimes feel now we should have done more.
I think it would have made it a lot easier to be able to sit and have a conversation about it, yeah.
When they've actually gone, there's lots of things you haven't really said. You know, it was so sort of sudden in a way.
Was he afraid of what he'd say to you?
You do protect each other.
Do we forget the time of caring?
Or is it always there?
Life seems to stop.
You can't make plans.
You can't go anywhere.
Get on with it.
Sleep patterns change.
You get them up.
Oh, the effort.
You get them up.
The effort.
You make them do it.
Don't treat me like an invalid.
He says to me.
It's hard not to do everything for them.
I always did the cooking from the day she got ill.
I'd find the food he liked, but he can't eat it.
He always did the cooking, now I have to do it.
Eat a bit more and you'll get better.
Your wish is my command.
Food's a bonding thing.
He's eating and I think, oh great.
I want to go out.
He went to get the paper in the snow.
I've got to be honest, he loved stews and dumplings.
You shut the door.
So I made them, but he couldn't eat them.
What if he slips?
So I made smaller portions.
And falls?
So he'd tell me how many potatoes.
He loved walking.
I get back in from work.
I want to go out.
You watch the clock. Please, please don't slip. Please walk in through that door. A couple of times a neighbour found him sitting on his wall. The neighbour brought him back.
Holding your own feelings back.
Just keeping them up all the time.
You don't realize how strong you are.
Physically and mentally.
You don't tell the children everything.
You watch over them, recognise their depression and their grieving.
I coped so well for 12 long months.
Grieving.
At a standstill.
Grieving.
Can't go forward.
It's been the same for me.
And me.
It's the grief.
Grieving. Grieving.
Can't go backwards.
Same for me.
Grieving.
And me.
Can't go sideways either. And I find it very hard now still, after a year, you know, as I said to you the other week, I seem to have hit a barrier somewhere. Can't go forward, can't go sideways. And I have good days, bad days, like we all do, but I've had lots and lots of bad days this last couple of weeks. I'm not a person that suffers with depression and things like that. I'm quite a jovial type guy, you know, and I go out Fridays with my pals and they, oh, come on, buck your ideas up. You've always got a joke to tell, another laugh and a joke, but I sit there like a zombie. So is it worth going out, you know? But then, if I don't, I'm not meeting a friend, am I, you know?
I mean, I think all of us, when you're caring for somebody who's terminally ill, your grieving starts almost before they've died. And that's another thing I felt. I felt my grieving started quite a while before.
I found myself actually crying over it because fear, I think. Fear that I was going to lose him. So that's when I think the grieving started, through fear.
I just feel Brian is
Brian
with
at
me
home.
constantly
Yes.
inside me, and he's
Yeah.
at home with me, and he's,
Yeah.
I really do feel
I do.
that. And I know
I do,
when
yeah.
other people that I've known in the past have been bereaved, and you hear that, don't you? But Brian will always be with you.
Mm.
I think, what does that mean? Don't understand that at all.
Yeah.
But I'm beginning to understand that, because of course he's physically gone, and I miss that. Well, that's when your worst days, isn't it? When you miss.
I don't know, I started to grieve as soon as Harry was diagnosed, really. 2 years before he died. I cried nearly every day on the way to work. I was so upset, so scared. So I tried anything.
We'd grown apart, we wasn't that close in later life. And I thought, yeah, I'll be able to cope, you know, I'll be well away, do what I want, go here, do anything. They didn't. Just...
Mum would just look at me and cry.
The things that happens all at once.
But you get through it.
You give and give and give again.
You give time.
You give love.
You give food.
You give thought.
You give feeling.
And you give when you're not valued.
Not appreciated.
Giving, giving.
Your shrinking world.
On your own.
Shrinking.
I'm single now, and they're a double still.
Going out.
Going out.
Without him.
Without her,
On your own.
On your own.
Alone.
I'm single now, and they're a double still.
But they're a double
And
still.
they're a double still.
and they're a double still.
Who am I?
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 This isn't me.
This isn't me.
This isn't me.
This isn't me.
How are you?
Had a nice weekend.
How are you?
How are you?
It's the big worry of people asking you.
How does it feel to be single now?
Met anyone nice yet?
How are you?
This isn't me.
What's happened to me?
This isn't me.
This isn't me.
How are you?
And then there's the anniversaries.
There's the anniversaries.
I mean, I've got more freedom.
There's a determination, I find, that you're thinking to yourself, you've got to get on with
Yes.
things.
Yes.
Then
Yes.
it suddenly hits you.
It
It hits you. It hits you. It really hits you.
Neighbours, friends and everybody have been so kind. And I said without their kindness, perhaps I might not have coped.
I can remember once at the hospital I was quite upset, and I said, I just feel like a social worker and a health visitor, and I don't feel like he's wife or his lover, or so that it's very, very hard. But I remember him mostly now as he was before that.
Which is a good
And I always try and look at the photographs of him now before.
If, you know, when it does happen to anybody else and they're offered counselling and these little group meetings, please take them, because they will help you. It's really done me a power of good.